Hello and welcome everyone, it's me, TheLaval, also known as the Power To-Do-List, back for you with another deck profile. And today I will be talking about something I've been working on for the last couple of days, and it is gadgets. But in this case, it is gadgets with a good portion of Machina cards, which I feel like brings the deck together really nicely. And I have had a lot of fun with this. And yeah, I am going to go quickly over the main deck because the extra deck will really be a breeze because it is very up to preference, and that is probably the part which is most work in progress on this profile. But yeah, starting off the main deck are two Boot Up Admiral Destroyer Dynamo. Can be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by sending two gadget monster cards from your hand or from your field to the grave. And while you have a gadget monster card on your field, either as an equip spell or in your monster card zone, he can't be destroyed by card effects or battle. And once per turn, you can target another card on the field and destroy that. He's fine. You can run him by preference. I personally think he's alright to weird-ish, but in the end, he's still a solid boss monster. So a 2 off for me. Then we have 3 gold gadget. Gold gadget is great. On summon, you summon another level 4 machine from your hand, and if he leaves the field by battle or card effect, summon a level 4 gadget monster from your deck, except gold gadget. Both effects hard once per turn. He's great, and alongside a playset of silver gadget enables a great amount of consistency because silver gadget essentially does the same thing as gold gadget. On summon, special summon a level 4 machine from hand, and if he's destroyed, special summon a level 4 gadget monster from your deck. These two alone enable so much consistency and so much swarming for the deck. It is amazing, and a reason why these are sometimes even run in other machine decks for their great effects. Then we basically play 2 of each of the old boys. Green gadget on summon adds red gadget on summon adds yellow gadget, and yellow gadget goes back to green gadget on summon. It's really neat having those extra searches, and I only run 2 of each because I do have a way to recycle all these boys, but in general, they're cool. They're, yeah, of course, a relic of the past, but I think there are worse cards to retrain than these, and something, or basically a archetype that is based around on summon fetching another guy from the same archetype is alright. So they're cool, and 2 offs are fine for those. Then we have 2 Boot Up Corporal Command Dynamo. You can target up to 2 machine gadget monsters you control in your graveyard with different names, special summon them from your hand, and equip those targets to him. For each equipped card, he gains 1,000. He's just basically another special summonable level 4 to go into your rank 4s, and he works well with the Boot Up Order Gear Charge. He even is on the artwork. There he is. So yeah, the 2K buddy is neat. The special summoning, as mentioned, you mostly want to use him in directly for a rank 4 play, so he is cool for that. Then going into the Machinas I run 2 Citadel. It's Citadel. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must be special summoned by card effect. Quick effect, target a machine you control, and destroy that machine and all monsters your opponent controls that have less than or equal attack than the machine you targeted. Works great not only with Destroyer Dynamo's protection effect, but also with the floating effects of silver and gold gadget, because you basically pop a silver or gold gadget and that thing basically replaces itself on field, which is great. And when an earth machine that you control gets destroyed by battle or card effect and he's in your grave, you can special summon him. Great card, has been something I really enjoy playing not only in this, but also in a multiple of decks, not only in the Machinatronics variant I profiled a while back, and also pure Machinas. Great card, a lot of fun. I really have to say, this is boss monster design at its finest. Then just one Machina Metal Cruncher. It's one of your targets for overdrive, and also something that you can normal summon, basically show your opponent one of each of the old gadgets, so you definitely get your gadgets into hand. Sadly, silver and gold gadgets are no targets for his effect because they're light and not earth, but it's fine. Still, Metal Cruncher is a 2800 body, and searching some of your earth machines is very neat. So there is that. Also, Destroyer Dynamo is a target for him. Then we have two Machina Fortress. Discard machines that are level 8 or more and summon him from hand or grave, depending on where he was when you activated that effect. If he gets destroyed by battle, destroy a card your opponent controls, and if he gets targeted for a monster effect before that effect resolves, rip one card out of your opponent's hand. Great card. As mentioned, even if this thing is more than 10 years old, still an amazing card, easy to special summon in most decks that main deck it. And yeah, that's about it. Then we have just one Mega Form, capping off the monster lineup. Tribute this, special summon any Machina from deck, and if a Machina Fortress you control gets destroyed, or just sent to the graveyard in this case. While this is in the grave, banish the fortress, special this. Kinda neat. So you definitely can get into some recursion chains there, which is something I really like about the Machina cards. Then going into the spell lineup, we have 3 boot up Order Gear Charge. When this is activated, target any number of gadget monsters that are in your spell or trap zone. Special summon them. So going in a boot up corporal, activating this instantly nets you 2 gadgets on board. And also you can discard a card and add 1 boot up Admiral Destroyer Dynamo from your deck to hand, which is great. Both effects being hard ones per turn, but great card in general. Just searching your Destroyer Dynamo, setting up your graveyard, it's cool. Then, of course, with the Machina package, we run 3 Machina redeployment. I have already talked twice about how amazing this card is, and I'm going to do it a third time, because this card is absolutely amazing. Very well designed search card. Either you discard a card, add 2 Machina monsters from your deck to your hand, with different names, or you discard a Machina card, and then you can add 2 Machina cards with different names from each other to your hand. Amazing search card. As mentioned in the Machinatronics profile, if Machinatronics get a search card like this, very nice. But yeah, great card. Searches basically everything you need. If you open this, you just discard something and search Fortress Citadel, which gives you your basic setup. But yeah, that will be it. Then capping off the spell lineup, I couldn't help myself, but I wanted to run 2 Iron Draw. Not only is this, I think, one of the best designed +1s in the entire game, but also I think it's a great draw card for maybe slower machine decks, which is why I run it in this and also in Machinas. Because if you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters, draw 2 cards. But for the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you can only special summon once. +1 effects are really powerful, and this is, I feel like, a good trade-off in combination with the restrictions already put on this. And it really is able to fix some of your worse hands. So it's great for that. But just a 2 of at the moment. I didn't find space for 3. And I didn't really feel the need for 3. Then we have 3 boot up Order Gear Force. Mostly you want to go fast with this attack. This is why you are able to run this card, which is very cool. Because if a monster attacks, not if your opponent attacks, but if a monster attacks and all your monsters are face-up machines, minimum 1, you can destroy as many monsters in attack position that your opponent controls, up to the number of machine monsters you control. This is kind of a mirror force, but not really. So, well, yes, it's mirror force, but actually it's not. You can also flip this on your attacks, which gives you a good amount of board clearing and really enables your heavy hitters to get into your opponent's life points, because a Destroyer Dynamo or Machina Citadel can really put the pain on him. But this is also great defensively. Just having a few gadgets on board and just popping 2 with this is, I think, really neat. And yeah, I also like the artwork. Just Destroyer Dynamo going at it with every single gadget attached to him, with gold and silver in his hands, and then you have red, yellow, and green in his chest. It's really neat. Also looks great in Secret, by the way. Secret rares. Then we have 3 Power Hold, the Moving Battery. Trap monster, special summon. This is an effect monster, Machine Earth level 4, attack 0, defense 2000. And then you can equip a level 4 Machine Gadget monster from your hand or deck to this card. Card is also still treated as a trap, and this card's attack becomes the double of that gadget's attack points. So gold gadget's obvious your best target because it's your biggest main deck gadget with 1700, so this becomes 34. Silver gadget isn't half bad either because it just turns into a 3k body. But yeah, you mostly want to use this to get a good amount of numbers on board, and that is basically it. Then just, as mentioned, 3 Machina Overdrive. Target a machine you control, special summon a Machina monster with a different name from your hand or deck, and if you do, destroy the target. So, neat thing about this, you can pop your gadgets and basically gain advantage of that. You can target Destroyer Dynamo, and if he's immune to destruction, he just won't be destroyed. Because it destroys after summoning, and yeah. Also, banishing this from the grave to shuffle 3 machines from your banished zone or from your grave into the deck to draw 1 is kind of neat recursion and gives this deck, I think, a bit of grind game potential, but that is, I think, given with anything that runs Machina Citadel and all that. So, and then capping off the main deck is 1 Trap Trick. This is your 4th Machina Overdrive or your 4th Gear Force. I initially playtested with 3, but those got a bit too bricky, and I feel like the 1 just as a 4th Overdrive or Gear Force is completely fine. Going into the extra deck, we start off with a Gear Gigant X. If I had more of this card, I would run more of this card, but I don't. So, amazing because it's a rank 4 that you make with 2 level 4 machines, and once per turn you can detach an Xyz material to add 1 level 4 lower machine monster from your deck to your hand, which is of course a great effect. Second effect is not so relevant because it's Gadget related, but he's cool. He's also an Earth machine, so he synergizes with Citadel, but he basically grabs you on summon and other gadgets. So he's cool for that. Then I run currently to wind up Zen Meister, as mentioned. This extra deck is really up to your preference. I feel like he was a good inclusion because he gains 300. He's a generic rank 4, he gains 300 for each material. Once per turn, you can detach a material from him and change 1 monster on your field to face down defense. And in the end phase, you can flip it back up. Of course, wind up related, but I feel like a 2500 body on a rank 4 monster in this deck was kind of neat. Also, he's an Earth machine, so he synergizes very well with the deck. But if I had more Gear Gigant decks, this would be the place for them, probably. Then just generic rank 4 good stuff. You can decide what you want to run there on your own. 1 times the free doer, 1 caster for monster removal, 1 tornado dragon for back row, Steel Swarm Roach to negate some of the big summons. But yeah, you can definitely pick your own rank 4s there. I then run a small Utopia package, just Utopia and the Lightning, to run over big beaters that can't be handled by just the normal main deck, and also it gives this deck an Auto Dragoon, which is great because any rank 4 deck nowadays has an Auto Dragoon. And then I, of course, run not only 1, not only 2, but 3 Platinum Gadget. Link 2, make it with 2 machines, can't be used as deck material the turn it's summoned, and once per turn you can summon a level 4 or lower machine to a zone this card points to, and if he gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a level 4 Gadget monster from your deck. Which is great. He's just basically an extra deck version of Gold and Silver Gadget. Makes him really neat in the deck. Also able to benefit from a few of the gadget effects. And yeah, he's cool. I like him. One of my favorite Link 2s. Then just capping off the extra deck is one Infinitrack Fortress Mega Clubs. Use Link 3, a Link 3 monster. You make this with 3 XZs, is unaffected by everything other than XZ's monsters, other monster effects other than XZ's monsters. Can't be destroyed by battle except with an XZ's monster. You can target one XZ's monster in your graveyard and one card your opponent controls, summon a monster in defense, and destroy the card your opponent controls. Or no, you don't destroy the card, but it gets attached to the XZ's monster as a material. And for the rest of the turn, your opponent takes half damage, right? So yes, and for the rest of the turn, your opponent only takes half of the damage. Great boss monster, you are rarely going to go into this, but just having this here as the option is, I feel like, very neat, because you can make a good amount of XCs in this deck. Then just one Barricade Bulk Blocker to recur your Gear Charge if you are not drawing into it, but in general, this could also be a nightmare if you want to. And then just capping off the main deck, Mrs. Radiant, just to make your Earth monsters a bit more beefy. Because main gripe I have with Destroyer Dynamo is that he's 25, which I feel like is a bit low for what you are putting into him and what he is doing in the end. So this really helps with that, and sometimes you might want to get your Earth monsters that extra boost, because if you think about it, Citadel turning into a 35 and basically being able to blowing up everything 35 and below is really cool. So that will be it for my Gadget Machina profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. But until then, goodbye.